I look as fair as a ghost right now. Now it's time to powder. I'm using my Decorte Marcel. Marcel is the cafe.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't get your name. I got yours, Vincent. But I never got your... My name's Pip. And your ass ain't talking your way out of this shit.
Welcome back to my channel. Today we have a Valentine's Day makeup look for you guys. You guys can see I am dressed pretty, I guess, girly. My inspiration for Valentine's Day look this year would be something very clean, dewy, but at the same time more of like an effortless, angelic kind of look. I feel like over the years I've done quite a lot of sweet Valentine's Day makeup look, so I'm gonna link them in the description box below for those of you who are looking for a much sweeter, younger, more youthful, cuter kind of look. But for today, I decided to go for something a little bit more effortless, a little bit more cool, but chic at the same time. Without further ado, let's get started. I've already prepped my skin with skincare, and I think it's extremely important once again to always make sure your skin is nicely hydrated. If you have oily skin, you want to also use moisturizer. Do not shy away from moisturizers thinking that it will make your skin more oily. In fact, if you don't hydrate it, it will get oilier throughout the day. So I would highly recommend a gel kind of moisturizer if you are afraid of that, extra stickiness. So I do have quite a few that I would recommend. One would be the Abib Hydration Gel. Another one would be the Neutrogena Hydro Boost. These are really affordable and good moisturizers to check out. I want to create something that is a little bit more bright, but at the same time it has to have that glow from within kind of look. First thing first, I have a pink color corrector, and this one is from Kate Tokyo. I chose pink because I have a few discoloration here and there, and pink is really good for a tone-up effect. Pink that helps to just overall brighten and give you a more rosy complexion. I'm gonna apply it on half of my face just to show you guys the difference. Just kind of make my skin tone a little bit more even, and it has a nice hydrating effect, so it kind of feels more of like a second moisturizer. So because I have a lot of dullness around my under eye area, I'm just focusing on there, a little bit on the eyelids as well. Okay, so now it's time for foundation, and I chose a cushion foundation with a more glass skin kind of effect. This is the Abib Hydration Cushion, and you guys know how much I love this because it literally gives me one of the best and nicest glass skin finish. This one also has SPF 50 PA++. I'm kind of in between 22 and 23, so sometimes I use 23, sometimes I use 22, but for today, because I want a more brighter complexion look, I'm going in with 22. Very natural finish. You don't feel heavy at all. You don't really even see much of a heavy makeup look. This very gently and very naturally covers up all of your imperfections and evens out your skin tone. So this is half of my face. So this is the glow you're after. So it's not overly oily or overly dewy, but you do get that nice shine, and you definitely don't feel like you have a lot of makeup on. Foundation done, that was so quick. Next up, concealer. I'm using my trusty old Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. Just gonna apply it only on the areas where I need, which is around my eye bags. And I'm just using my It Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe Complexion brush to just blend it out. So remember, you want your natural skin to peek through still. You don't want to go overboard with the concealer because concealers are generally a little bit on the heavier side, and you don't want your date to be able to see all of the makeup that you have on your face. I'm using my favorite Decorte Marcel Wonders powder. I'm gonna use actually a dense brush to just brush it on. rather than going in with the puff because I want to retain some of the shine, but I want my makeup to last all day and I don't want it to shift around. And now it's time for the brows. I am gonna go in with a more natural feathered brow look this time. So I'm choosing my Fenty Beauty Brow MVP. So I'm gonna be using the Sunny's Face Life Brow as well. This one is in warm brown. And I'm gonna create that really feathered brow look. First thing first, what I'm gonna do is just fill in the sparse areas and going in with like really hair-like strokes. Because we're going in with this gel, and I'm gonna make them all stick right up.
I'm sorry, I didn't get your name. I got yours, Vincent. I never got my name's Pip. Your ass ain't talking your way out.
So for cheeks this time, I'm going in with two blushes. The first one is the Clinique Pansy Pop. It is a nice lavender shade. I love this color. I know it looks a little bit intimidating to wear it on your blush, but I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to make this work. And I'm going to layer it together with the 3CE blusher in Last Time. So these two colors are kind of like on the pastel themes, but I'm going to show you how I layer them together for that really nice dreamy look. First thing, you want to take the lavender shade at the center of my cheek, around this area. I'm going to concentrate it in a more horizontal manner. Next up, we'll go in with Last Time. And for this, I'm concentrating it also on the center, but on the lower part of the cheeks, so you get that nice gradient effect. I'm also applying it on the center of my nose a little bit. So now that the blush is done, I'm going to go in with the eyes. This time around, I'm just gonna use my brow pencil to deepen my double eyelid crease as well as my aegiosal. So this one will act like a guide, but at the same time, it also helps to just make your eyes look a little bit more defined. Next up, I'm taking my Peripera V shading and I'm just going in with the middle shade over here to just blend out the harsh lines. And now with my Etude Rose Wine palette, I'm just going in with a nice light pink shade, a tiny little bit all across my eyelids. Now it's time to take this shade over here to just apply it right underneath the crease so that it's cleaner that way. Now time to line our eyelids using the FMGT Ink Proof Brush Pen Liner in brown. I'm using a brown eyeliner because I want it to be really soft, but I chose liquid this time because I want it to be defined and clean. So for today's look, I'm just going in with a tiny little wing. Now it's time to contour my face, and I'm using the same Peripera V shading one because this one has 3 different contour shades. I'm just going to go in with the first and the second one for this look. A little bit underneath the lips, Cupid's bow. Now it's time for the lips. So this is gonna be the highlight of today's look, where I'm gonna go in with the Juicy Lip, and this one is YSL Rouge Volupte Shine in the shade 124. I love this lipstick because of the color. It smells like peaches and it just makes your lip lines so blurred and so hydrated. And now to amp up the gloss effect further, I have my Juice Stewart Birth Jam Lip Gloss. And this one is in the shade 04, which is just a clear gloss, but it has a whole ton of glitter inside. And I really want this look to be like ultra shine. Let's not forget the lower lashes. Clinique Lash Power Mascara, the best for your lower lashes if you have like tiny lashes like me. And also, of course, my Film Star Bronzing Glow, the highlight. And for this look, I wouldn't recommend going in with a super blinding, glittery kind of highlight, but rather one that is a nice sheen, have the effortlessly beautiful glow from within look. And you don't want people to be able to tell that you wore highlighter. And this look is now complete.
I'm sorry, I didn't get your name. I got yours, Vincent. But I never got your... My name's Abib. Your ass ain't talking your way out.
Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and have a very wonderful Valentine's Day. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!